As we continue down the pathway of the gentleness of God, I want to point you to Isaiah chapter 40. But before I read a scripture there, I want to tell you a little story. So Cheryl and I met and married as missionaries, and for 7 years we served with Youth with a Mission. Our son Ryan was born when we were missionaries, and then we moved back to northern Minnesota to jump into a church plant with my dad and mom and a team of people. While there, shortly after, our daughter Malia was born. And so we had two very little children, 3 years of age and under, that we were tending as we were walking through this church plant. Well, you may know that planting a church, like starting a business or a new initiative, it takes a lot of work and effort. And so Cheryl and I found ourselves splitting time between the church plant and raising our children. This began to be particularly frustrating for Cheryl. She wanted to be more involved in the practical nature of things, and yet she was involved on a daily basis of tending our kids. Well, in her quiet time, stretched between, am I really being spiritual here? What's going on in my life? And again, remember, we're in our mid-20s, so we're learning lots of things at this time. Her reading that day was out of Isaiah chapter 40, verse 11. And this is what the Lord spoke to her. It says this: He will tend his flock like a shepherd. He will gather the lambs in his arms. He will carry them in his bosom and gently lead those that are with young. That verse that day jumped off the page and spoke loudly to my wife. It told Cheryl the tenderness of God's heart towards her, that he understood the season of life that she was in and that he would gently lead her. I want to encourage you today. Sometimes God will speak very loudly and in might to us, but sometimes God will speak to us and lead us in a very gentle way. If that's where you're living today, I want to encourage you, lean in to the gentleness of God.